These are creepy TikToks that will make you rethink your whole
children playing
reality.
on his property. He peered out the window, but there were no children to be seen, only the red ball resting on the ground.
But the video I'm about to show you shows a spider in somebody's house, laying hundreds of babies on the floor, and you can see them all crawl around. Imagine you're in your room at night and this happens to you.
This was going viral yesterday. People in Fresno, California reported seeing these lights in the sky.
You just see Taylor Swift chugging a drink. Everyone's going crazy, right? But if you zoom into I Spice...
I'm back! Yo, it's your boy F-I-T-T-I to the E. And today, we're going to be taking a look at this compilation. Yo, I know you didn't like my video. That last video I posted, I know you didn't like it. Why didn't you like it, bro? I told you the like goal was 500 and you didn't like the video. Shoot. But if you guys like the chain, check the link down in the descriptions. 99% of them are free right now. So get you something for your girl, your mom, your grandma, your sister, your auntie, your cousin, your brother, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say, your father, whatever it may be. Check the link down in the description. Let's get into the video. Yay!
It's dark. I know it's bedtime, but does something feel kind of strange with this photo? Alright, so this picture was taken by Bonnie Mathis. She was a backpacker who was staying in the White Rose Hostel in Germany in 2014. She took this photo outside of her room to send to her boyfriend after she was like repeatedly hearing noises from the hallways, having not even realized what it was she caught. Before we jump in, I have got to say thank you to you guys for listening to my podcast, Creep Time the Podcast. You made us the 18th top true crime podcast in the entire country. That's a big deal. Thank you for listening, and if you haven't already, please go click the link in my bio. Now, don't forget, Bonnie was backpacking alone through this, and she stopped contacting her family. Eventually, that brings German police back to the hostel where she was last seen. Reporting I saw, she was found to be partially eaten, but it didn't make sense because her bedroom door was still locked from the inside. Then they found this photo, finding this. Someone had been watching her from inside the walls. I had to enhance the picture, but no one knows who this was.
Did he just say inside the walls? How do you watch someone from inside a wall? That doesn't even make sense. Could someone be watching me from inside a wall?
We're back with yet again another creepy Zillow listing. This time we're in the state of Washington and we have this building for almost $1 million. Here is the surrounding area. Already questionable, but let's go on. One of the bathrooms. Not really sure what this space is. It kind of looks like it's in a big elevator. Okay, lots of storage space. It's always with the creepy hatch doors. Let's go. I don't like it. Seems like a lovely place to have a conversation or an interrogation. In the description, it explains that this is a decommissioned radar tower that was supposed to be used by the Air Force and that it was designed to withstand a nuclear blast within a 1-mile radius. So it could be yours for $950K.
And in my opinion, bro, that place is completely useless unless you want to renovate it and make it into like a jail or do some sort of content there. But if you're just gonna get it, waste of money, waste of $900,000. You know what you could do with $900,000? A lot more than buy that place. Honestly, if you want to do some real estate, you want some real entrepreneur stuff, you could really buy that property and try to flip it and make even more money from it. It's a risk you gotta take though.
I have a creepy story time. I can actually tag her this time. Her name is Stacy. So Stacy took care of her mom for 2 years after she was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. Her mom ended up moving into her home, and one night Stacy had a dream that her mom came to her and said, "Stacy, I am okay." Stacy woke up and thought that the whole dream was weird, being that in the dream her mom was wearing a hospital gown when the whole time her mom was staying at her house, she would be wearing sweatpants because she was always cold. She went and checked up on her mom and her mom was perfectly fine. Now fast forward to the day that her mom passed away, which was November 23rd of 2009. Stacy went to bed and woke up to her mom by her side saying, "Stacy, I am freezing." Stacy wakes up and the first thing that goes through her mind is, oh my god, my mom is at a funeral home right now and she's in a hospital gown, being that she passed away in hospice. She's telling me that she's freezing. Stacy almost drove to the funeral home to make sure her mom was wearing sweatpants, but decided not to, being that it was 2 a.m. and the funeral home was closed. Previously to her mom passing away, Stacy has spoken to her mom and told her that when she passes, to make sure that she hears a specific song to let her know that her mom was okay. Months later, Stacy's at a gas station pumping gas when out of nowhere she hears her mom's voice say, "Stacy, are you listening?" When Stacy stops to listen, she hears the song that her mom and her had agreed on to let her know that her mom was okay. And it was Bad Bad Leroy Brown. Stacy goes, "Well, it's about damn time."
That's good for her. Hey, that's good for her. I'm trying to figure out though, if you have lung cancer, like, because they said her mom, I think, had stage 4 lung cancer. How do you let that build up to that stage? Like, are there symptoms for the first 3 stages, or it's just like, boom, stage 10 lung cancer, you're done? Like, what? Because I'm thinking, like, if there's symptoms, like, why wouldn't you just be like,
yo, my lung kind of hurt on stage 1.
And then be like,
oh, well, you have cancer. We can probably remove it. It's in, like, the early stages.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. If you know, let me know down in the comments.
These are the most evil people on Earth, part 1. Number 1 on our list, David Berkowitz. David Berkowitz, otherwise known as the Son of Sam, was a serial terrorized the area of New York City from about July of 1976 to July of 1977. He started his spree in 1975 when he stabbed 2 women with a hunting knife, but 2 years later, after his neighbor's dog supposedly told him to go out and start people, he grabbed a .44 caliber bulldog revolver and 6 people and injured 7. After these, Berkowitz continued to write very taunting letters to the press and the police, promising that until they caught him, he was going to continue to more people. But finally, on August 10th, 1977, police would move on to search Berkowitz's car, where they would find a duffel bag full of ammunition, a map of his crime scenes, a rifle, and an unsent letter from the Son of Sam to the police. And when Berkowitz was arrested, he told the police, "Well, you got me. What took you so long?"
Oh yeah, nah, that dude is a weirdo, man. He looks like a normal, chill dude, and then he just out here doing that to people. You wouldn't even know. It'd be the people you don't expect. You'd be working with your coworker named Jimmy, like, yo, Jimmy, you know, Jimmy's a cool, chill dude. Next thing you know, he's on the news for M-wording, like a whole area of people. I'm like, what?
When the hell did you just eliminate a whole city? It was chilling. We were working together, just talking, having normal conversations.
Then you just do that to like a whole group of people. Like, that's kind of strange, right?
What do you do if you're walking down the street and you happen to come across the Hat Man? In case you forgot what he looks like, this is a quick little reminder. And of course, story time. The person who submitted this wants to be anonymous. Let's call her Lisa. So Lisa is originally from right down here. I don't want to say the name because I don't want to butcher it. It's an indigenous reserve. One summer night, her and her friends were walking down the road called Forgotten Street. When you get to the end of this road and you go to turn, there are no street lights, so everything's completely pitch black. So as they're walking down this road, they're laughing, they're talking, they're having a great time, when out of nowhere, one of the girls just suddenly stops. So Lisa kind of pokes her in the back and says, "Are you okay?" And the girl just points out into the distance and says, "Don't you see that?" When the girls look over in that direction, they see an unusual tall, skinny man with a trench coat and a top black hat. All 4 girls stand there in shock, not really knowing how to react, when one of them breaks the silence and says, "So who is it for?" Because according to what they've always been told, whenever a top hat man shows up, it's for someone specific. Now this top hat man wasn't touching the ground at all. Like, his feet were about 4 inches off the ground. He was practically levitating. Lisa decides to stay behind while the other 3 girls go up to him, and they get so close to him that they can actually put their feet right under where he's levitating, and there's literally nothing there. Lisa states that after this incident, all 3 girls that went up to him and were like messing with him all live horrible lives. All 3 of them suffer from addiction and even worse. She believes that running into him is a bad omen, especially if you go up to him and start like trying to interact with him. She believes the reason why she was saved was because she stayed like 100 feet back. So if you ever run across him on a dark road, go the other way.
So who answered the phone? This is the call.
A young guy wrote, "Last night, a friend rushed me out of the house to catch an opening act at a local bar's music night. After a few drinks, I realized my phone wasn't in my pocket. I checked the table we were sitting at, the bar, the bathrooms.
Couldn't find it anywhere.
So I used my friend's phone to call mine. After 2 rings, someone answered. I heard on the other end a low, raspy giggle.
And then hung up.
I called again, but they didn't answer, and I eventually gave it up as a lost cause. Later that night, I headed home and saw it. I found my phone on my nightstand, right where I left it.
So who answered the phone? Who is the giggler? Ever experienced anything creepy like this?
Honestly, I'll just hang up immediately. Like, I'll be getting calls from random numbers. I'll just look at it, answer it, and won't say anything. I'll just be like, then either they'll be like,
hello, or yo, or whatever, and then,
or they'll just hang up on me for answering them. Yeah, that's why I don't answer phones like that, man.
Videos humans were never meant to see, part 25. Okay, so majority of people on Earth do not like spiders, which makes perfect sense because they're extremely creepy. But the video I'm about to show you shows a spider in somebody's house, laying hundreds of babies on the floor, and you can see them all crawl around. Imagine you're in your room at night and this happens to you.
That's one of those situations where you just got to get some spray or some bug spray, or even if they have a spider spray, and just get all of them. Because as soon as all of them start running away, your whole house is going to be filled with spiders, man. You don't want that.
This is why I don't stay at creepy cabins. In 2018, a man trying to escape city life was staying in a cabin in the mountains. One morning, he stepped outside. He discovered a red ball resting in his front yard. At first, he thought nothing of it, imagining that his neighbor's children must be tossing it over the fence. He kicked the ball back, went inside, and tried to resume his daily routine. But when night fell, he was awoken by the sound of children laughing outside his window. Determined to investigate, he rushed out of his house only to find that there were no children anywhere in sight. Yet the red ball was back on his property. Confused, he brought it inside his house and tried to sleep. The following day, he went over to his neighbor's house to complain about the kids, but he discovered that his neighbor was an old man living alone and there were no children in the area. That night, the man awoke once again to the sound of children playing on his property. He peered out the window, but there were no children to be seen, only the red ball resting on the ground. He ran downstairs to check on the ball he had brought inside, but it had vanished without a trace. Suddenly, he felt a chill run down his spine as he spotted a strange, stiff figure watching him from afar. The next day, the man left the cabin, never knowing who or what was outside.
Here are my top horror movies based on true stories. Number 1, we're gonna go with the classic The Strangers. 3 dangerous intruders break into a couple's vacation home and start to torture them. The director stated that he was inspired by the Manson murders and home invasions that happened in his neighborhood when he was a child. Number 2, we have Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, a film where a bunch of birds start to get really violent. So this film was inspired by a real-life event that happened in Capitola, California in 1961, where a bunch of birds just started to nosedive right straight into people. However, this happened because the birds had ingested toxic algae. And last but not least, and the most horrifying of them all, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know if I need to explain it because I know a lot of people have seen this movie, but it's about this horrifying murderer that swings a chainsaw around and likes to wear people's faces as a mask. And once he captures them, he likes to skin them and do stuff with their skin. So it's pretty bad. And this movie, of course, is inspired by Ed Gein, a terrifying serial killer that would skin his victims and make stuff out of their skin.
Yeah, I feel like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, I feel like a majority of people knew that one. That one was always kind of strange to me. I don't know why you would want to do that to people and then use their skin as your skin. That's kind of strange. You already have skin. Why would you want more skin? That's just my question. I don't know. Maybe I'm the one that's not right. Like, what? Does that even make sense? Like, why do you want to wear someone's skin while you already have skin?
What is the Denver airport hiding? Beneath the gloom of the Denver airport, something sinister awaits. Its vast, soulless halls echo with whispers of a dark conspiracy, veiled by the chilling gaze of the monstrous blue horse, Lucifer. The twisted runways form a swastika, a malignant symbol etched into the earth as if conjuring the very essence of malevolence. They say the airport's birth was shrouded in secrecy, delayed 2 harrowing years and costing an extra $2 billion. A shadowy cabal orchestrated the chaos, hiring and firing contractors to keep the airport's true design hidden from prying eyes. The enigmatic structure conceals unfathomable depths, with 6 subterranean layers and 5 forsaken buildings lurking beneath. These cryptic chambers, heavily guarded by unseen forces, harbor secrets that remain locked away Among the cold, lifeless walls lies a cryptic message etched into a plaque, the New World Airport Commission. Yet it's as if the organization was birthed from the void, leaving no trace of its existence. What malevolent force lies concealed within the Denver airport, awaiting the day it will be unleashed upon the unsuspecting world?
This was going viral yesterday. People in Fresno, California reported seeing these lights in the sky. Here's another picture of these lights in the sky. So I did some quick research, and it's actually Venus and Jupiter really close together. So I can see how someone can mistake this as a UFO, but it's actually Jupiter and Venus. Fun fact, the closest that they're going to be together is today, March 2nd. So if you live near the area, go check it out.
The Battle of Los Angeles is a true story of the 1942 UFO incident over LA. It was a night unlike any other in the City of Angels. The year was 1942 and World War II was raging across the globe. The people of Los Angeles were on edge, and with good reason. The Japanese had already attacked Pearl Harbor just a few months prior, and there were rumors of an impending invasion across the California coast. But on the evening of February 24th, something much more mysterious and disturbing would grip the city. It began with a warning from naval intelligence, instructing units along the California coast to prepare for a potential Japanese attack. All remained calm for the next few hours, but as the night wore on, something else entirely began to unfold. It started with a series of strange flares and blinking lights, visible to the vicinity of the defense plants. The lights grew brighter and more intense, illuminating the darkened city streets. Suddenly, the air raid sirens began to blare, sending people into a frenzy of panic and confusion. Then, just as suddenly as they appeared, mysterious objects began to fill the night sky. The objects were large, silent, and seemingly impervious to the barrage of anti-aircraft fire unleashed upon them. The sky lit up with explosions as the objects moved across the city, leaving destruction in their wake. The people of Los Angeles were in shock. Was this the long-awaited Japanese attack, or was it something far more sinister? The true nature of the objects remained shrouded in mystery, but one thing was clear: they were not of this world. As the night wore on, the battle raged on with the unidentified flying objects moving south from Santa Monica to Long Beach. The anti-aircraft guns continued to fire, but it was like shooting at ghosts. The objects seemed to have an otherworldly ability to evade detection and destruction. Finally, after more than an hour of intense battle, the objects disappeared from sight, leaving the city in a state of shock and awe. The next day, the government would claim that the entire incident was a false alarm, a case of war nerves, and nothing more. But the people of Los Angeles knew better. To this day, the true nature of the Battle of Los Angeles remains a mystery. Was it an alien invasion, a secret government experiment gone wrong, or simply a figment of the collective imagination of the city on edge? Whatever the truth may be, the events of that fateful night continue to captivate and terrify those who dare to explore them. Some say that the object that appeared over Los Angeles that night were not of this world, that they were beings from another planet, here to observe or perhaps even conquer. Others believe that the objects were part of a secret government experiment, a new weapon of war that has gone horribly wrong. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is clear: the Battle of Los Angeles was a night unlike any other, a night that will go down in history as one of the greatest mysteries of our time. And as long as there are those who seek to uncover the truth, the mystery will continue to captivate and terrify those who dare to explore it.
These are movies to never watch, part 4. This movie is called The Descent. Sarah, who is the main character, experiences severe emotional trauma and goes to North Carolina to spend some time exploring caves with her friends. But after descending underground, they discover something truly horrifying. They find strange cave paintings and evidence of an earlier expedition, and they then learn they are not alone. Underground predators inhabit the caves, and they have a taste for human flesh. This movie is extremely disturbing and is regarded as one of the most traumatizing horror movies ever. My first time watching this, I couldn't sleep for days.
Yeah, I think I'm good off of that movie. I don't know, a lot of movies that are like that, I think I'm good. I've seen some movies, some horror movies. I call it gorer movies, because it's not like the traditional horror, suspense, jump scares. It's like just straight gore. Like they'll be doing some, you're like, ew. Like I'm not even scared, I'm disgusted. So I call that gore. The gore movies, yeah, no, I don't watch those.
The chilling tale of the Atlas vampire, a dark, unsolved mystery. Tucked away in the depths of Stockholm, Sweden lies an unsolved horror that came to light in 1932. Its mystery had yet to be solved, leaving many with a chill running down their spine. The case of the Atlas vampire is an unsettling, spine-tingling narrative that will leave you reflecting on humanity's darkest depths and speculating if otherworldly creatures roam among us. Prepare to embark on a journey through the shadows as we uncover the sinister details of this spine-tingling crime. And remember, when the darkness falls, you may want to keep the lights on. On May 4th, 1932, the of 32-year-old Lily Lindroth was discovered in her small apartment in Atlas area of Stockholm near St. Eriksplan. Her face down on the bed had been lying there for 2 to 3 days before the police broke into her apartment. Lily had suffered blunt force trauma to her head, but the most horrifying details was yet to be uncovered. The horrifying nature of the crime became apparent when it was discovered that almost all of Lily's blood had been drained from her body. The vicious assailant had left behind a grisly calling card, a blood-stained ladle which authorities believed the had used to. This gruesome revelation earned the unknown perpetrator the chilling nickname, the Atlas Vampire. Police interviewed 9 of Lily's clients, desperately hoping for a lead that would help them identify her cold-blooded. Despite the efforts, none materialized, and the investigators were left with nothing but a chilling unsolved mystery. The Atlas Vampire had vanished, leaving no trace behind. Over the years, countless theories have emerged in an attempt to explain the baffling case of the Atlas Vampire. Some believe that a police officer was responsible for the brutal using their knowledge of the crimes to cover their tracks. Others have speculated that the was a drifter, transiently passing through Stockholm, never to be found. And then there is the most chilling theory of all, that the Atlas Vampire was indeed a real vampire, a creature of the night that feasted upon the blood of its victims, a supernatural being that walked among us, blending into the shadows, leaving death and terror in its wake. The Atlas Vampire case remains one of the most disturbing and enigmatic unsolved mysteries. The horrifying of Lily Lindroth continues to baffle and captivate as the chilling specter of the Atlas Vampire continues to cast its shadow over the world.
Nah, bro, I don't understand that case, bro. The Atlas Vampire, why would you want to drink someone else's blood? In my opinion, man, if you do that, you're bound to catch something. Like realistically, you know how many things people just have floating around in their blood and they have no idea? Like, you're bound to catch something drinking other people's. Nah, you're bugging, bro. That dude's bugging.
I dove into the deep end, cause I thought I could swim. We break up every weekend. Was it gonna be like that? I just want you so bad. Playing with my mind, was that your intention? Cause I'm missing you.
I thought they said Walt Disney was frozen. I swear to God, one of my TikToks that I watched during the series, it said that Walt Disney was
frozen in time.
If he's frozen in time, how the hell is he just walking around as a ghost? That's definitely not Walt Disney, bro. They said his body was like cryogenically frozen or something like that. Like, I don't know. It is kind of strange if he is frozen, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of scary.
Alright, guys, so I'm not one to follow conspiracy theories or anything like that, but this is a little too obvious and it's kind of insane. So as you can see, Ice Spice is at the Super Bowl and they keep putting her up on camera, and I can't help but notice that she has this weird necklace on, right? Now, I don't know if I'm tripping or not, but is that an upside down cross, bro? It breaks my heart because I love Ice Spice. Like, I actually enjoy her music. Like, as you guys see here, they're at the game right now. They keep showing her on, and I swear that's an upside down cross. And what I'm about to show you is actually the scariest one. This is where I was like, hold up, something isn't right. All right, so this is a video of somebody at the Super Bowl while Taylor Swift is taking a drink. Right, so if you see it, you just see Taylor Swift chugging a drink. Everyone's going crazy, right? But if you zoom into Ice Spice, like, look, again, I'm not a crazy conspiracy theory guy. Guys, look what she does with her hands. Bro, she's legit throwing up. That, I'm pretty sure, is a satanic hand gesture. And then she throws up her upside down cross necklace. This is just sad, bro. This is honestly sad, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
I don't know. That's like the video that I posted the other day where they're all just like, pass, like doing that football hand sign, the one above their eyes. With Ice Spice, I couldn't even tell you, man. Like, she be seeming like she's chill, but realistically, she could be just a part of them like that. If you know what I'm trying to say. That cross one, I'm not too sure. That's like a little bit of an upside down cross mixed with like a little bit of a normal cross. The hand symbol, that was unnecessary, so I don't know why she did that. She's probably just trying to be like,
yeah, guys, I'm Illuminati for real.
Like, what? Come on, Ice Spice. But anyways, if you guys like the video, please like the video. Let's try to get to 500 likes. If you guys like the channel, also remember to check the link down in the description. 99% of them are free, so you guys can get a free chain. But if you like videos like this, please like. I'm setting up a Discord for you guys, so stick around for that. But anyways, thank you for watching. Peace out.